Today we're checking out the 2024 BrightDrop ZEVO 600 all-wheel drive with the max battery pack. I'm joined here with my friend Luke.
Hi everyone.
And we're going to be reviewing this, well, kind of reviewing this. This is a first impressions video. He literally just got this, what, yesterday?
Yeah, I picked it up on the end of the year,
31st.
So,
yeah, so it's brand new. It only has like 200 miles on it. And yeah, tell me why you bought it.
Well, we were looking for a large truck, and the sector is really limited these days. And so when we were looking all around, we saw the price point of these now, since GM has not been able to sell a ton of them. And with the features you can get, all-wheel drive, adaptive cruise control, 360 cameras, and the range, it really became a viable option to go to an EV from a standard high roof work van.
You're going to use this in your fleet for a while, see how it goes, and then maybe get some more?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, if it goes well, we'll try and pick up some more while they're available.
It looks like you get some LED headlights here. That's pretty cool. Got parking sensors all the way around. This thing has got like a 360 cam too?
Yeah, there's 360 camera, so
that's
you
neat.
have on the mirrors on the front and back. Turn this.
Yeah, there we go. You needed the key fob. Yeah, right. That's a little bit of a pain there, but
yeah,
might take that out, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can. It doesn't work real well.
Pretty easy to step in though, and then when you're in here, it's just a ton of room. I mean, I'm 6 foot and I can stand up in here pretty easily.
One of our team likened it to a storage unit. He said if you took a picture in here with the door closed, you could tell someone it was a storage unit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just that big and that tall. Yeah.
A little thin, but you know, they have to go save the weight somehow.
Yeah, they definitely were trying to save weight. You could punch through it if you weren't careful. If something fell on it,
yeah,
you'd
for
probably
sure.
punch right through it.
Speaking of weight, this thing weighs what? 7,800 pounds, we said?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Gets about, what, 272 miles of range?
Yeah.
Cool. It's got nice ample lighting in here. I like that. And a little pass-through to the front. Just slide that right open.
Double slider.
Ah, look at this. Got a heated steering wheel, heated seat, manual, obviously. It's actually really comfortable. Nice, you know, infotainment here with Android Auto or just Apple CarPlay?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both.
Wireless?
And the wireless and the integrated Google GM software.
Hey Google, fart.
This is a fart.
Nice little digital gauge cluster here. I mean, this heated steering wheel is like toasty hot. This is awesome. Power mirrors?
Yes.
Defrostable mirrors as well. What we got over here? Lane keep assist. This does have adaptive cruise control, a bunch of cargo lights, delivery mode, parking brake. You got your mirror controls. Yeah, power windows. Look at that. Look how massive these windows are.
It's a lot of glass. It's moving a lot of glass.
That is wild. The greenhouse in here is insane. You can literally see everything. Look how much storage is up here.
Yeah, there's tons of, you could fit about anything you wanted up here. There's an outlet up here.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
Yeah, so you could plug something in. You could charge some batteries or...
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's neat. You got tons of storage under there. Lots of vents. I mean, I'm toasty right up here. You do have your USB-C port, some connectivity there. Wow. So what can we do in here?
So this has a lot more features than I assumed it would. If you hit something like energy usage, you can add it to the driver's display and it'll pop up there.
Oh, that's cool.
Or remove it. And then you can additionally tab through all the different screens and everything. In addition, up here you have your regular phone connections, music, your radio, different things of that nature. The Google Maps, so you don't have to be connected. And then just all the different GM apps that you can get. The one interesting thing as well is you control your headlights up here.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot like the Honda Prologue and Blazer EV. That's cool.
And you control your regen as well.
Oh, okay. One pedal driving. That's right. It has one pedal driving.
You can set the level off, normal, high.
Okay.
And it does work. Seems like it works pretty strong even on normal level. And then you can change your different profiles.
Okay.
So really, it's been a lot more intuitive. There's a lot more to it than I thought there would be.
One thing I noticed on the drive over here is when you turn on your turn signal, probably when it's in drive. There you go. It has blind spot turn camera. It reminds me of the old Honda lane watch that they used to have.
Yeah. With the size of the vehicle, it's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Because your blind spot could potentially be really big.
Oh, you got a little jump seat over here too. That is interesting. Parking sensors in this little step here, and little bumpers in case you blast something. It's not going to metal on metal contact there.
That's nice. I never noticed the sensors in there.
Got a nice little LED light up there. I noticed that was pretty bright earlier when we were in the shop. All-wheel drive too, so you probably won't be getting stuck very often.
Way better than the rear-wheel drive vans we normally have.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's take this thing for a spin. Does this thing have a frunk?
That's a good question.
Let's find out.
I don't know.
I seen a hood latch, so let's find out.
No way.
What
How
is
do you get this open?
Well, I guess there's your washer fluid. You got a fuse box. You got your coolant here. That's about it.
Yeah, not much up here.
Oh, cool.
The littlest hood you've ever seen.
Yeah. No, that's okay. It's got plenty of storage inside. Look at the size of these wipers. Holy crap. Look at the size of this windshield. It's massive. Anyways, I said I was going to show the absolute unit this thing is.
Try and get it all in one frame.
Yeah, I hope I can get it all in one frame. Can't wait to see it all lettered up with the company decals and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's going to look really nice.
We're going to have to enlarge them so they scale to fit the size of it, though.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, enough blabbering. Let's go take this thing on the road, see what it's like to drive. Never driven a giant work van before. I've driven transits and stuff, but nothing this big. I am freezing, but man, I'm thankful for this heated seat and heated steering wheel. It sucks that you don't have one now.
Yeah, I wish this little one had it. I believe it's a heat pump to heat it.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask.
Kilowatt. I think it's a heat pump.
I was going to ask if it was
which
a
is
heat
nice.
Pump. Yeah, a little bit more efficient.
Yeah, definitely more efficient.
What size is the battery on this thing?
173.
173 kilowatts?
I think.
That's massive. And the charge time on this is probably a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a nice little gear selector there. And once again, you know, if you put it in reverse, it comes up with that 360 cam. Let's take it around the block here. Let's do a quick turning radius test. This thing's massive. Look at the turning radius.
It's really good.
What in the world?
It doesn't turn like a vehicle its size. Should, yeah.
That is insane.
It actually has the front turn lines as well.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, you're right.
And the side. Is that where the side's going to turn? That's
yeah.
Cool.
Dude, this turning radius is actually impressive. Woo, that one pedal drive is, that's a normal, right?
Yeah, it's just a normal mode.
That's pretty aggressive. But I think, like you said earlier, when you load it up, I think increasing that regen will help with the load.
Yeah. Yeah, right now I think it would be whiplash to have it on high. You would just
for sure.
Snap your neck.
I love that. That's super cool. That'll be super nice for your team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's see what it accelerates at. Woo! That's just pedal to the metal. I mean, it's with 25% battery, but she hauls down the road.
Yeah, it'll go up and go.
I'm sure it'll be a little faster with a higher charge, but it nonetheless still at 25% battery. I mean, it is very, very quick. You're at 55 miles an hour. I mean, road noise is prevalent, but it's not the loudest vehicle on the road as far as
it's not as rattly. Yeah.
Yes.
It could be a lot more rattly for the doors sliding like they do.
Yeah.
It could be a lot more noisy than it is.
Man, look how aggressive that regen is. And it just drives like a normal car. This is great. I believe this comes in a front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive?
Front-wheel drive.
Front-wheel drive variant?
Well, yeah, front-wheel drive.
That's cool. Probably increase in range too?
No, the interesting thing was the max ranges I was seeing, there was like the highway, city, and combined, and it did not appear to be any more for the front-wheel drive, which is surprising, and I could be wrong on that. There might be an actual increase.
Do have a tire pressure light on, but it just needs relearned from what you said earlier, I believe.
Yeah, they had to reset them when they set tire pressures, and just needs driven for 10 miles at 50 miles an hour or something like that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. It has air. It has the right amount of air. It just hasn't learned itself yet.
Are you concerned with winter range at all?
Not really. We don't drive that far normally. The most I would see him driving in a day should be 150 miles.
Okay.
If even that. Maybe 160, but we should never be hitting 200 in a day.
Okay.
And this thing should be able to do 270 on a good day, so that allows for plenty of loss. In fact, we're only going to charge it to 80% most days unless he knows he's going far and wants to have that cushion. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. We talked about the smaller battery pack, and we felt like we could probably get away with it if we couldn't find a max pack, but it was definitely going to be a little uncomfortable. So with the max pack, I'm not worried at all.
So what was the MSRP on this, on the window sticker?
I believe it was $107,000 and change.
And if you're comfortable sharing on video, how much did you pick this up for?
$49,900.
That's insane.
Yeah,
literally 50% off.
Yeah, and there's multiples across the country. You could find this basically this van for the same price other places, and brand new warranty, brand new everything, just like it was a brand new GM vehicle.
Okay, so I think what do they warranty this for? 10 years, 8 years?
I'm not completely sure the full warranty and what the battery and stuff is.
I think it was 8 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it probably is.
So it starts when you bought the vehicle then there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Even though this is a 2024.
Correct, yeah. It feels strange to be driving a brand new 2024 in 2026 now.
Yeah.
It's very strange, but it's a unique opportunity, and this is it.
Yeah, seriously though. I'm impressed with the visibility of this. This is awesome.
Definitely an adjustment period to learning how the mirrors work and the size of it. But once you've learned that, it really it drives smaller than it appears.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And they even have smaller versions of this, right? The 400?
Yeah, the 400 is a lot smaller.
Man, I don't know why they just don't use these for a mail carrier route or something like that. I think I read somewhere that FedEx is actually using these in California, that'd be pretty sweet.
I could believe that, yeah.
I haven't driven the Rivian van, the one that Amazon uses. I'd be curious to see how that compares to this.
I would guess it's probably the most comparable vehicle out there.
Yeah.
And I guess you can place an order for one now. I don't know how quickly you can get one.
Yeah.
I think they start, it was in the 80s, I believe.
Wow.
What they start at. So I don't know what a fully optioned one would be. Probably close to this one.
Man, we're on these snow-covered roads, and I mean, this thing just trucks right through it. I think the weight really helps there.
Yeah. And you have all-wheel drive. You're not going to get pulled around.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's not pulling me around very much at all. Throttle response is really good too. There's some smoothing going on, but I think I would appreciate that you know, you don't have the instant acceleration because you're going to have a lot of stuff in the back.
Yeah.
You don't want that jostling around and falling over.
It was definitely designed for a specific use.
Yes.
And if you don't need it for that use or aren't looking at it from that lens, you'll see the weird little things.
Do you plan on keeping us updated as this thing ages and seeing what how it holds up?
Yeah, well, I'm curious how it's going to hold up. There's not a lot of dealers able to do warranty repairs on these. That's a little bug that we found out right before getting it.
Yeah.
So our local dealer is looking into what it would take for them to become authorized, and there is one about 25 minutes away. But that was a thing of concern for us. If there is a warranty issue or something deeper, to get it actually worked on is going to be a little more difficult. And to tow this thing is also going to be more difficult too, if something would die on it. So. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because they're going to have to figure that one out. Yeah, they could not get a shipper to bring it down. No one would load it on their trailer.
Oh, no.
So they had to go pick it up and drive it down.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
Wow. Well, cool. This was neat. This was a cool first impressions. It's something I've never driven before, and be neat to share with the viewers on the channel. Thanks so much for having us check it out.
Absolutely.
I mean, is there anything else I missed here? I mean, you got your adaptive cruise here, big old hazard button. Can we drive with the doors open?
I believe you can. It might give you a warning.
Oh, this is cool. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. Yeah. This is so cold.
That's cold.
We'll drive it around the lot here. Woo! All right, this is pretty cool though. So, are you gonna write a policy in the handbook for your employees to not drive with the doors open?
Well, interestingly, this isn't our first vehicle that you can drive with the doors open.
Okay.
So, the guys already kind of know the safety standards of doors closed.
Love these orange seatbelts.
That's part of the safety package.
Oh.
$1,200 option, yeah. It comes with a first aid kit.
Okay.
Yeah, a little first aid kit. It's real large. Yeah, the seatbelts. There's a few other things it comes with.
I mean, that is cool because, like, you could see that in security cameras or if, like, you know, traffic cameras, if one of your guys gets in a crash, you can see if they're wearing their seatbelt or not. Genius, actually. Oh, look at the size of these visors. I missed the storage up here, too. There's tons of storage.
The biggest issue with it, actually, is there's no closed storage.
Oh, okay.
Everything's open.
Yeah.
And so you have to think about where you're going to store papers and stuff.
Oh, that's
insurance
true.
Documents, things like that.
Oh, that's right.
It's a little different.
Yeah, there's no glove box.
Yeah, there's no glove box. And
Yeah.
they could have put something over that, but it's just interesting that everything's open.
Let's play some tunes, man.
Much better than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I expected to be ass.
Yes.
It's not ass.
It's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Yeah. What are the few
Itself.
GM EVs left that has CarPlay?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't take that away. That would suck.
All right, some additional thoughts here that I didn't really cover while I was driving, and hopefully you can hear me. But this thing corners insane, doesn't it?
It's so planted. That battery, the center of gravity is so low. You can whip it.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the steering is super light too. I mean, it's tight too. I mean, you don't have a lot of slop, so it's got very direct steering for a work van. It's really impressive. So just something I wanted to add in here.
So Luke, what are you using to charge this thing?
So we got a Grizzly charger.
Nice.
Made in Canada.
What do you think?
So far, so good. It was really nice to know that there's a quality made in North America charger I could get. When you go online, there's endless amounts of chargers that you don't know what they're certified in, what they're rated in, if they're safe. And to see this and to know the experience you've had with them and how they supported you,
Yeah.
it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, I love these chargers. I mean, all metal construction. You'll have this outside, and super easy to install too.
Yep, and I got the side mount to just do it all. I just haven't mounted it yet.
Cool.
So then this will all be held really nice on a Grizzly branded everything.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for this thing. It was perfect. It was a stressful experience that they made easy, honestly.
Well, sweet. I think that's going to do it for the 2024 BrightDrop ZEVO 600.
Yes.
I think I got that review. Once again, thanks to Luke for sharing this with all you guys. That's really nice of him to do. And yeah, we'll keep you updated on how this thing performs and long-term ownership updates. So yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.